And the Hawks will go across the ground. They do this very well. They'll just swing it from one wing to the other and then try to find someone inside the forward 50.
This is Jordan Lewis. Goes short to Young. Back to Dew. He knows a thumping kick. He unloads from 65. It's a monster.
Well, that man on screen there, C.Young, he's come back after an extended layoff with a hamstring. That is exactly what he was recruited to this club to do. Kick long goals from outside 65. Throughout his career, he's done that better than just about anyone. I've been really impressed with the way he's come back into AFL footy. He looks fit again. Well done.
And the Hawks set that up so very well. Collingwood had the numbers back and they just possessed it until...
And Goldsacks away for Collingwood. But the kick goes straight down the throat of Brent Guerra. And what will he do with it? He kicks to the boundary line and finds McGlynn. He'll straighten up and find J.Roughead.
You're right, Luke, and Roughhead's playing further out from goal. That won't help the veteran Wakelin, his opponent.
Converting at 60% this year, 18-14. Birchall couldn't take the mark, but he did well in the end. Guerra by hand to Ladson, puts him under the pump, somehow got boot to ball, and it was an effective kick to Young, who's a thumping kick, as we know. He goes into the pocket to Williams.
This man in the forward line, he's so hard to match up on with his electrifying speed.
About 3 years ago, Luke, he was their leading goal kicker. That was before Roughhead and Franklin emerged.
It's a good-looking kick. It's a goal. The Hawks get their third.
Just indicates how wide the Hawks are forcing the Magpies.
Great tap from Campbell to Hodge, non-dominant side, right foot is superb. Great goal from L.Hodge.
Well, they're left footer kicking with the right foot, Rob.
Just amazing.
They won't be happy about that, Collingwood, because Hodge was forward of the pack and a great tap set him away from Robert Campbell. And what a finish, Rob.
Just amazing. It was just amazing. We were sitting right behind. It's a perfect hit. He's a left footer, but he's got confidence to go.
So throw in deep in Hawthorn's attacking territory. Oh, Pendlebury was slow. He was slow, and C.Rioli's got the free kick. And C.Rioli will go back from only 20 metres out on a slight angle, and he should kick Hawthorn's fifth.
How good is this bloke? Cyril, junior boy Rioli they call him, and he averages 5 tackles a game. Come into AFL footy, he looks like he's been playing for about 6 years. He looks so comfortable.
8-4 this season for junior boy. It's stiff there, Pendlebury.
Look, Collingwood's a tough, hungry team, but I don't think there's any team in the competition as desperate as this Hawthorn side.
It's a dangerous kick from Sewell. It came off, though, Hodge on the left. It's an inside-out kick. It's a good effort. It's a goal! What a kick from Hodge. He's got 2. It was an inside-outside job, Robert.
Have a look at this check side effort from Luke Hodge. We were speaking about the amount of left footers. He summed that situation up and bananaed it from 50. How do you get that much
Now he goes out wide to Lewis. He'll give it off to Crawford. Crawford took on Davis, and now he kicks it long, hoping for a Hawthorn mark. And it is a Hawthorn, almost to Franklin. Williams around the corner. It's a goal anyway. Well, I thought Franklin snaffled that one, but sitting at his feet was Williams, who kicked a nice goal.
Well, if Buddy doesn't get it, Williams will. This is good play by Crawford. Just straightens up and then decides to kick it long to give the big fella a chance. Well done by Buddy Franklin to come back into heavy traffic as well. And you can see there a couple of Magpies, and gee, that was snared beautifully by Mark Williams and put on the right.
Who's got it 60 from goal, and the crowd urging him, Rob, to have a go.
Guerra to Dew. Guerra came from Port Adelaide. Dew came from Port Adelaide, where they were both coached by Alistair Clarkson. He knows their kicking capabilities. That's why he's brought them into this team, and he's capable of kicking this goal from 60 out.
It's a monster. Loads up. Times it pretty well as it got the carry to land in the goal square. Big fist from Wakeland, still in play. Shaw tries to shovel it out. Roughhead's got it. Was he tackled high? He was. Just can't afford to give those sort of free kicks away.
It's an amazing quarter, Luke, because I reckon the game swung Collingwood's way and they've had more possession of the ball. But as we near half-time, if Roughhead kicks this, it's 3 goals to 2, and Hawthorn are still going to win the quarter.
So Roughhead, well, he's from 10 metres.
I think he's missed.
No, it's a goal, Rob. Gets it down, chance for Lewis. Handball off to Campbell, Mitchell, and Hawthorn away again. They lead by 21. Very impressive in the opening half. Rioli can't quite get there. Falls over, gives O'Brien a chance, but brilliantly done by Rioli. Somehow got back onto the footy. Pinged O'Brien, but Reshaw was able to get it to Clark. His kick wasn't great. Turnover, Birchall, back to Mitchell. Loose player at half forward is Sewell. He's got support outside. Clinton Young will wind up from outside 50. A brilliant kick and goal. He's drilled it.
Osborne with the football at half back. Short to Campbell, and again running through the lines as Birchall kicks it inside 50. Whistle. It's a hold, and it's going against Hawthorn.
He's trying to get back and you're holding him around.
It's a free kick to
In fact, it's a game against Collingwood. It's against Wakeland for a hold.
All you did is wrap him up.
Well, I thought he pointed the other way. Just wrapped him up, and there's a good shot at it. Gee, there wasn't much in that.
Well, for 149 years, that was all right.
Roughhead's got 2. Now he's got 3, and it's the biggest margin in the match.
Last week, it's a great foil, isn't it, for Franklin?
Wood beaten by Taylor, down to Mitchell. Another clearance inside attacking 50. Franklin!
Now, I just want to go backward once.
Lance Franklin has kicked 3 behinds this afternoon, and his deliberate set shots at goal have been ordinary. This time it's close, it's home! He kicks one, that last! One, Davis slipped over, wasn't a great kick, favoured Brown, who handballs to Crawford. Crawford at centre half back delivers with pinpoint accuracy to McGlynn, off to Dew, off to Ellis, driving kick, Franklin one out here, he's got it again, too good, Buddy Franklin.
He maximises his height. He didn't get off the ground there, but he stands upright, he puts the arms up straight. Have a look at him, just a nice little bit of body work. Bang.
Could have got a free kick almost as well, Woolsey, for a grab on the jumper, and Mark Williams came in and just gave Nathan Brown a mouthful. They've got that bit of aggro and that bit of aggression about him.
He's kicked 1-4 from 20 metres, comes in and kicks his second.
Most unsociable look.
I like it. He just fumbled the footy at centre wing. It was a crucial centre clearance. The hard bodies of Hawthorn, they just make that ball stick.
Franklin one out, 40 metres from goal.
He kicks in his direction. Brown got to the front and did well. Johnson has the kick smothered. Franklin has got his third. So Ellis is told to go. Just the 15. In fact, not even the 15, said the umpire. McGlynn also on the left. A long ball. It's a good kick to Osborne, who worked hard to make some space. Now he plays on straight away. Franklin. Williams behind. Takes the mark and is well within range.
Catches the Collingwood defenders out.
2 goals straight to Mark Williams this afternoon. Twice Hawthorn's leading goal kicker. And he got his third, and the Hawks are back in control.
In my book.
Crawford to McGlynn, and Young has found some space on centre wing, and he receives. On that raking left boot. That's a free kick or a mark, if you like. Well done by Campbell in the end.
He did very well, Robert Campbell, the ruckman, to push out there.
Oh, off the ball.
Yeah.
50 metres.
Hawthorn player down. Josh Fraser.
Put down McGlynn.
Well, we don't know what happened. All we saw was McGlynn go down.
No, I'm not saying it's anything harsh.
He's not normally an aggressive player like that, Josh Fraser. So if we can see it, let's see what happens. He's given him a bump.
That's pretty soft, I reckon, isn't it? I mean,
It's just a shepherd, isn't it?
can't let him run past you and give no contest. I mean, he's taken a dive.
I'd be interested in hearing what the Geesh thinks about that. Is that acceptable or not?
So Campbell, important kick this one. 3 straight this year. He's put it through. Big goal for the Hawks.
But a poor kick again. A couple of times Tyson Goldsack has turned it over this afternoon. Marked by Brown inside the corridor. Good mark taken low down by Campbell.
Robert Campbell's starry look. We give him a bit of a pump up and he said, well, I'll show you how good I am.
Big switch of play this. Crowed away with a bounce. Drives it long, deep to a vacant goal square. Franklin getting back along with Goldsack. Franklin, brilliant. Brilliant. 4 goals to Buddy. The umpire wants to wait for the all clear, but he'll get it. It's all over here.
He's a genius, isn't he, Buddy? And Mick Moldhouse just looking up at the screen saying, well, I think he said during the week you need a sledgehammer to stop Buddy, and it's about right. He's just so good in a one-on-one situation. The man that kicked it to him, Trent Crowe, I want to give him a big pump up today. He's absolutely smashed Travis Cloak. There's Buddy in the goal square. So good one-on-one.
Just his reach. Have a look at this. Pushes his opponent. Grabs it. John Kennedy Sr., the great Hawthorn player, coach, mentor. I would think that John Kennedy Sr. would love the way that this Hawthorn team plays.
So Brent Guerra goes for a bit of a stroll. Gets past Medhurst. And just manages to get boot to ball. And that's brilliantly done to Jew. Who can go on here, Jew? Will he have a ping at the goals? He doesn't.
Great kick.
He goes to Roughhead.
Such a good kick.
That is great football by the Hawks.
Really unselfish play by Stewie Jew. I mean, he could have blazed away quarters, and I think most of the crowd thought he would have, but that was just a perfect kick to a key forward. Everything going in the way of J.Roughead. When you've got a bloke that's so smart, and it just favoured Roughhead who kicks the goal.
He's got his 4th, and the Hawks lead now by 40.
And Collingwood just couldn't get any ball in the central corridor.
Guerra cuts it off, and another turnover. Young to Ellis. Guerra had another good day. He looks exhausted. Mitchell pops one over the top to Crawford. Here come the Hawks again. Rioli. Franklin. Franklin on the left. Franklin's got 5. He is a star. Beautiful work, Brent Guerra down back. And Franklin's got 5 goals. Roughhead's got 4.
Just classic Hawthorn play that. They set up the grid in the middle of the ground, the cluster, whatever you want to call it. They turn the footy over and then they're back through the corridor every time. Mitchell takes the opposition onto Crawford and it ends up with this man. He loves him round the corner. He's just a superstar.
You know, the Crawford handball to C.Rioli, that was a friendship handball because I don't really think it was on. And he just... This is his 36th disposal for the game.
Uses the ball so well, this time into the path of Crawford. Left foot kick high, Franklin again. Well done by Brown this time, but he's well tackled by Rioli. Rioli somehow found the footy at ground level, shovels it to Lewis, sweeping handball, Ladson from 30, there's another. Great stuff, Hawthorn. Margin out to 53, and you've sort of had the feeling all day that the floodgates were about to open, and they have now, and their irrepressible style of play has just been on full display in top gear in this final term.
They're an unselfish team, aren't they? They will give the ball to a teammate. There are no selfish individuals. If they can share it, they readily share it.
10 players play next week. Is that ideal?
I think the breaks come at a terrific time for Hawthorn. As we mentioned before, they've been on the road a lot. They've been up. They will have won 7 games, and they need to have a bit of a spell.
Rioli, what can he do? He sets up Roughhead. Roughhead's got it on the line. They are poleaxing the prize now, the Hawks.
Shane Crawford set Rioli up. He's gone over to young Rioli now. You can see that Rioli got that kick to Roughhead, but Shane Crawford has brought Rioli into this game, and I just love that. He's had a good final quarter, Shane Crawford.
And he goes to the wing, and it's marked by Osborne. Little short one to Ellis. And he chips to Franklin, who's, dare I say, too far out to score. He'll be kicking from about
He might
58.
He reckons he's a chance, Quarters. He's gone back and said to the umpire that's where the mark is, so he wants to know where that is. He's taken the mouth guard out.
Of course he reckons he's a chance. You put him in the centre square, you reckon he's a chance.
Well,
he'll kick it, I reckon.
I reckon he might too.
He's kicked 5 goals in the second half.
How many behinds? Because he averages 9 scores a game.
5-4.
He's already had his quota. He's already had his 9.
Well, he knows if he gets this, he'll go above his average.
It's a thumping kick.
50.
He'll go back 50 metres unless it's a goal.
Against Thomas, I think.
Yeah, it's a 50 against Thomas. Well, he carried the distance, no problems at all.
What did Thomas do? He went over the mark, did he?
Yeah, he just snuck over the mark.
I think he encroached. I mean, he wasn't the man on the mark. He just came within 5 metres, I think.
So 6 goals coming up for Buddy.
All in the second half.
And he slams it into the third tier.
Clinton Young sweeping handball to the path of Sewell. Didn't get a great bounce, and Shaw's able to get onto the opportunity, but he gave it straight up to Rioli, off to McGlynn. Williams in a good spot here, couldn't quite hold on, but finds it at ground level. Mark Williams from 15 metres kicks goal number 4. So Franklin's kicked 6, Roughhead's kicked 5, and Mark Williams has kicked goal number 4. It is a potent attack, Rob Walls.
It is.
What do you think of the celebration, Rob?
I like the unselfishness there. Cyril gives it across to McGlynn. He sets it out towards the advantage side of Williams.
Wasn't quite the shotgun, but wasn't a bad celebration.
Let's have a look at him. The shotgun was banned, wasn't it? No, I'm not. What's that mean?
He's kissing a couple of tats on his arm.
Unselfish and thinking.
38th touch to Sam Mitchell. His career high is 39. I think it was against Collingwood, actually. But J.Roughead's taken a very
Smart play for a young forward. Knows how to play the game, this bloke.
So Roughhead for goal number 6. Six to Roughhead, 6 to Franklin, 4 to Williams. Boy, what a day for the Hawthorns.
As we near full time here, very impressive Hawthorn display, and even the coach can afford a smile and a laugh. Mitchell on the end of it again, and taken high, he'll get the free kick.
So this will be his career best. He's now up to 40 disposals. Chris Oates is a career high.
He just doesn't fumble, never makes a mistake.
Kicks it wide and on the lead. Williams again, too much speed.
Yeah, I just think Mick Malthouse will be really, really disappointed with the ease in which Hawthorn's been able to get their marks in their forward 50 and kick so many goals in this last quarter. And I reckon Mick Malthouse might also show his team, the opposition, smiling and laughing because it's become so easy.
59 points is the margin at the moment. That's the 7th win for Hawthorn in what's been a most impressive opening to season 2008. Williams to put the icing on the cake. He kicks his 5th. Hawthorn by 65 points at the MCG.